everybody.
Hello. I don't want to kick your coffee over, Greg.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello, hello, hello.
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 We're going to try a song for you called Rag Mop.
Oh, we are.
And this one goes out to Aaron.
Rumsykins. Oh, miss you, girl. I say M-O, M-O-P, M-O-P-P, mop, M-O-P-P, mop, 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 R. I say R-A, R-A-G, R-A-G-G, R-A-G-G-M-O-P-P, rag mop.
Yeah!
Woo! Rag mop, ba ba da ba ba da da. Rag mop, ba ba da ba ba da da. Rag mop, ba ba da ba ba da da. Rag mop, ba ba da ba ba da da. Rag mop, ba ba da ba ba da da. R-A-G-G-M-O-P-P-A.
A.
I say A-B, A-B-C, A-B-C-D, A-B-C-D-E-F-G-H-I-J-K-L-M-N-O-P-Q-R-S-T-U-V-W-X-Y-Z. Woo!
M-O.
M-O-P, M-O-P-P, R-A-G-G-M-O-P-P, mop, rag mop,
Rag Mop.
rag mop, ba ba da ba ba da da, rag mop, ba ba da ba ba da da, rag mop, ba ba da ba ba da da, rag mop, ba ba da ba ba da da, rag mop, ba ba da ba ba da da, R-A-G-G-M-O-P-P,
Mop, 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 mop,
mop,
mop,
mop, mop, mop. Woo!
Give me a little rag mop. Let's
1,
count
2, 3.
Give me a little rag mop.
1, 2, 3, go! Rag mop, ba ba da ba ba da da. Rag mop, ba ba da ba ba da da. Rag mop, ba ba da ba ba da da. Rag mop, ba ba da ba ba da da. Rag mop, ba ba da ba ba da da.
Rag mop.
Rag mop. Ooh, M-O-P-P. Rag mop,
Rag mop.
rag mop, rag mop. Whoa,
Whoa,
that's
that's
one
a trip
fun
down memory
song.
lane.
Seriously, Rumsykins, how did
Yeah.
you bang that out for us so many times?
I know,
Just like that,
And here we are trying to remember how well you did it.
right? And you had it down like
Yep.
it was the back of your hand and something you knew forever.
We'll hear it again sometime soon
I hope so.
in person.
That's right.
So yeah, I tried to make some gumbo last night,
Oh,
but all I
gumbo.
had was meat and okra.
Oh.
So I just put them together. You know, it was just mediocre.
That is good.
That's a good one, huh?
I like that.
Thanks.
I wish my Grammy was around. She would have loved
She would
that
have
show.
appreciated that.
She was a big Okra fan. Yeah.
Okra Winfrey.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah.
Cool.
That lady. Oh man.
All right.
So yeah.
So how's everybody doing? Everybody having a good time out there?
I hope so. Did any
Yeah.
of you guys celebrate Groundhog Day out there?
I thought about it.
Yeah.
I thought, well, today's Groundhog's Day.
Right. Traditionally, you know, the Pennsylvania tradition about the groundhog was that the groundhog would come out and see its shadow.
He's like this. He's like,
Right. Show us, Greg.
He's
How's
like-
that go?
He comes up like. He checks
the
out his shadow. If he's got a shadow, if he does have a shadow, that means that the sun is warm enough. He doesn't have to go back in, right?
Well, actually, it's
Or
a
is it the
weird
other
kind
way
of
around?
backwardsy thing, you know, because the groundhog coming out to see his shadow would actually signal that there was going to be 6 more weeks of winter.
Oh.
But if he came out and it was cloudy and there was no shadow to be seen, then that groundhog would come out and do his thing and start springtime. Now, that actually comes from a way back tradition.
Wow.
From yonder. I will tell y'all a
Yonder?
little bit about this because that tradition about the groundhog goes back to Pennsylvania Dutch in Punxsutawney, Pennsylvania. So that movie Groundhog's Day with Punxsutawney Phil and Gobbler's Knob, that is a legit story. Like, that was an actual tradition.
It's founded on fact.
Yeah, that was founded on some authentic fact in like 1887. This was a tradition that the Pennsylvania Dutch brought over, and they actually brought it from their Dutch and Germanic ancestors,
Oh, wow.
from the tribes of yore back in like ancient Europe. Ancient times. And there's actually a couple of different traditions that tell about these kind of like little woodland creatures and the shadows, and like foretelling whether or not we're going to have some more winter. But all of the traditions seem to have something to do with like fortune telling about whether we're going to get some more weather.
So, but it's different critters?
Yeah, different critters. In the ancient German tribes, it was actually a badger who would come out and see his shadow.
Oh, wow.
And he would get scared by his shadow and run back in and hide for another 6 more weeks. And that's how you would know there was going to be more winter. But there was also a Scottish folklore that talked about a winter hag who was like the goddess of the winter. And she would actually go out if it was sunny, on the first day of spring, near the beginning of February 1st or 2nd, she would go out and she would gather firewood in the woods. And she would, gather up that for another 6 more weeks of winter that she would cast over the land. But if it was cloudy and wet outside, she'd be too tired and she wouldn't have enough magic to cast any more winter. So she'd stay in bed and sleep, and the spring would come early. And the kind of cool thing is we can tell from these folklore that this thing about having some sunny weather, like at the very, very beginning of springtime, like in the middle of our kind of winter weather, has been happening for a long, long time. Because these tribes, they would come out and they would plant their seeds, and they would thatch their boats and their houses, and like this was like a thing that they could kind of count on, having a couple of days of sunny weather this time of year to do those things
Stuff up
before some more winter weather would come. And then like about 6 weeks later, they would have springtime ready to rock, and all those seeds that they planted at the very beginning of February would be sprouting up and ready for springtime to warm them and make them into fruits and vegetables and all that good stuff. So
yeah, kind of like this time of year right now.
Exactly. We still have very similar weather, and it's kind of cool to be able to see those cycles continue on.
Yeah, it is cool.
Yeah, and that's kind of how we ended up adopting that holiday into our American culture, because our Pennsylvania Dutch forefathers were, this was a big thing for their agricultural ancestors. It was a big historical thing for them, and so they brought it here with them, and
that's neat.
We made it ours.
Yeah, and now we get to watch that movie over and over again.
Over and over and
it never
wake
gets
up.
Old. Never gets old.
Right? It's good stuff.
Well, thank you so much for tuning in yet again, to another episode of our show. And we'll see you next time very soon.
Hope you have a fun time till then, guys.
Bye, guys.